But I wanted to talk about this month in cinema.
Yeah.
In general, because I think it has to be the most packed. I think I think it has to be the most packed summer month that I've seen.
It's been crazy.
In years.
Like there's been a new release every single week.
But each new release is like big enough to be the summer movie.
Yeah.
Like in summer of 2015, it was Jurassic World.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the only film to see.
Yeah.
Of course there was other films to see, but that was the only one that you wanted to see.
Yeah.
Everyone went to see it and it made like 1.5 billion or something like that. This year is very strange because on June 30th we got Despicable Me 3. So that's pretty much the first week in July. Then on the 7th was Spider-Man. The 14th was War for the Planet of the Apes. And that came out on the same day as Cars 3 over here. And then on the 21st was Dunkirk. Yeah. So it was one massive release after the other. And with Spider-Man, Cars and Despicable Me, they were all films aimed at kids, you know? So they're going to be the ones that the majority of people went to.
Mm-hmm.
But none of these films have performed to the expectations. With the exception of Dunkirk, none of these films have performed to the expectations that were set by the studios and the expectations that I had of them.
Yeah, because I'm more shocked at, well, Spider-Man and War. Spider-Man because it's a Marvel movie, and usually everybody goes to see Marvel movies. And how much did this make? This made a lot.
Which one are we talking about?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah. This film, I think, I'd have to check Box Office Mojo, because the last time I checked it in the past couple of days, it had just crossed 600 million. It might be now nearly, 650 million.
Yeah.
Heading towards 700.
But still, I would have expected to 800, 900.
I expected way more, because the ironic thing about it is Sony made the deal with Disney and Marvel because of how The Amazing Spider-Man 2 performed.
Yeah.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2, as of right now, has made more money.
That's crazy.
It has made a lot more money.
But I feel like nobody really went to see The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No.
But like I kind of feel like a lot of people went to see Spider-Man Homecoming. So
but Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't have the reviews either.
No.
It didn't have the positive word of mouth. This film has had overwhelming positive word of mouth, and people just haven't been to see it.
No. But then you have War, and you were the one who noticed the trend where it was like Rise did okay.
Yeah.
But that was because it was like a reboot.
Well, Rise did really well for them.
Rise did really
because
well.
I think its budget was like 97 million, and it went on to make 500 million. Now, in terms of like blockbuster things, I know what you're saying. Like 500 million doesn't sound like that much.
Yeah, but for like a new reboot,
it's good.
Yeah, but then you went on to Dawn, and that made so much more money because I say like the word of mouth from the first one, because it happened with you where you told your friends saying Rise is just amazing, because like even with people in work, they're like, I don't want to go see a monkey movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what everyone says. Like when people come to me, I say, why don't you go see War? They're like, the monkey movie. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I honestly thought War was going to do so much better because Dawn was incredible.
Dawn made $700 million.
Actually, this is another thing, because I got my eyebrows done if you didn't notice.
I noticed.
The beautician, I said to her, have you seen War yet? Because she went to see Girls Trip, and I didn't really like Girls Trip. Yeah, I said, have you seen War? And she was like, I haven't seen the one before. And I was like, oh, Dawn? And she was like, is that the one with the horses? Like, with them on the horse? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, I've seen that. She's like, but there was one that came out. And I was like, no. So I think people think that there was like a movie in between War and Dawn.
I don't know why people make such a big deal over the monkeys being on the horses and they rode horses in Rise.
Yeah.
But they rode horses in Rise.
Yeah, at the end.
I don't know. I never saw that as being such a big deal.
But that one shot of Koba on the horse with the guns.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's the most one of the most memorable parts from Dawn, because.
Well, from the whole trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, firing two machine guns.
When she said she wasn't bothered going to see it because she thought she had missed one in between.
Alright.
I was like, how could you think? So like, I'm like, do other people think that? How though?
I don't know how you could, and not to that degree, because like you said, you've got Rise with nearly 500 million, you've got Dawn with 700 million, more than that. And then War struggled to cross the $200 million mark.
That's crazy.
And I honestly just think it's come down to this month is so overcrowded.
Yeah.
And then, which brings us to Dunkirk, which is just such a surprise for everybody, I think, because people were saying, don't release a war film in the middle of July because you're surrounded by child-orientated movies, and it has like smashed through like $250 million. It's on its way, if not already has crossed $300 million.
That's crazy. Like, you would never get that for a war movie.
No.
I firmly believe, okay, so it's also because Christopher Nolan made it. Like,
Yeah.
everybody loves Christopher Nolan. Anybody would go see any of his movies. But I genuinely think Harry Styles has something to do with that. Because I've seen teenage girls going to see
Yeah,
this, and I was
the
like, no
amount
one
of-
would go see this.
The amount of teenage girls I've
Yeah.
seen, like, oh, Dunkirk is like, okay, so you want to go and watch a World War II movie about men who are stuck on a beach. It's like, no, you're not. Like, you are
You're
here for
trying to,
Harry
like-
Styles. Like, that's the only reason why
Yeah.
you're here. And that's the only reason why I think that Baby Driver has done as well.
Because
as it
Ansel
has.
Elgort, yeah.
Yeah, because if you look at every single one of Edgar Wright's movies, they don't make a lot of money. I
No.
think his highest one was Hot Fuzz, which had made like $70 or $80 million. And then this one, you know, went up past 100 million. And it's because of him. The
Yeah,
amount
because
of
if
people.
Simon Pegg starred in that movie, it wouldn't have done.
Well, I mean, it would be terrible. Like, it just wouldn't suit him.
No. But, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. If it was
Well,
anybody else.
He definitely helped bring in an audience, because everyone
Yeah.
knows him from Fault in Their Stars and
Yeah.
love him from Fault in Their Stars. But definitely, I think Harry Styles had something to do with Dunkirk, because I saw these two teenage girls going in and I was like, you would not like this movie.
Yeah, I think that's why I wanted to bring up, you know, this month, because I think it's such a weird month where you've got so many films that were released so close together and they just didn't make nearly as much money as we thought they would. In
No.
particular, War.
And it's a really big disappointment. Like, I'm disappointed that War made that less money, because I really, I've pushed this in work for people to go see this, because it's just, I think everybody should see this movie. At the same time, kind of like, I know there's not going to be another one.
Yeah, I hope
It's
not.
finished, like the
Yeah.
trilogy's finished.
Well,
so.
there was like debate over whether they're going to do, you know, the fourth one
As,
or
like,
not. And they're looking at the box office returns. It's like,
I'm
yeah,
kinda
I think
glad
we're gonna
in a
stop
way,
at 3. But it is weird how out of the blue it just declined so rapidly.
Yeah, it did.
And I genuinely think it's just because the month is so crowded. Because, you know, most people aren't like us. They don't get in to see films for free. We work in a cinema. We don't get invited to these things. So we go see whatever.
Yeah.
And there are people out there who are like diehard comic book fans that will go see anything.
Yeah.
But the average person, like if you went to see Spider-Man last week and you brought, you know, you've got a wife and 3 kids, you've spent €60 just on the tickets bringing them there. If you got
Yeah,
food as well,
nearly
you're talking about
€100.
€100 going.
Yeah.
And
And the majority of people going to cinemas now are either couples or families. And
Yeah.
families don't have the money to go
No.
every single week.
And it's like you have to pick one. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you might go once a month. So most people, I think, only go to the cinema like 3 or 4 times in a year. So they're
I-
not going
I
to go
kinda-
see one film after the other.
I kind of wish War or one of them waited till. Or
I would have
yeah.
said August because
Oh, August, nothing's really coming out in August.
what do we
yeah.
have this month? I mean, we've
Valerian.
got Valerian. I just think if you had Spider-Man on the 7th and then you gave it some room to breathe and you had 2 weeks in between that and Dunkirk,
Yeah.
both films would have done better. And then just take War out of July, stick it into August, and then just let it clobber Valerian because there was no doubt what was going to perform better. And you would have just put it in a landscape where it would have had no competition. And that's the thing. I remember like back in June of 2015,
Yeah.
there was no other film to see than
No, there wasn't.
than
actually,
Jurassic
no.
World. And when Dawn came out, I can't remember there being any other bigger films that I wanted to see at the
Did
same
Dawn come
time.
out the same year as Godzilla?
2014, yeah.
Yeah.
What month was Godzilla?
May.
Was it? And then Dawn, I think it was earlier. Was it April?
No, I think we saw Godzilla before Dawn.
Oh, what was
Anyway.
it? I'm out.
Bye.